I earned $816.84 this week, and that is a far cry from what I used to earn as a Silicon Valley engineer of over 15 years. However, with this career, I have the flexibility to be at home and take care of my 1-year-old daughter. I want to show you a high-level overview of the type of trades that I took and my account statement. But before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. This is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions. How's it going? It's Rocky, your stay-at-home dad, trading futures for a living. As I mentioned, for week number 40, we earned $816.84 trading the futures from two brokerage accounts, and that one I did through Thinkorswim and with NinjaTrader. High level, what I want to show this week are just the trades that I took. I do make these posts every day on YouTube if you wanted to follow along. And essentially, if you were ever curious about the type of trades I took, please write a comment and then I'd be more than happy to break it down into more detail when I do my videos every week on going through my account statement. So on Friday, this was actually my only loss for the week. This loss was 66 points, and that's totally fine because the max risk that I allow myself for each trade is 100 points. Losing is part of trading, and so it is well within my system. So I was totally okay with this loss. And something I want to point out with my content is I no longer focus on P&L as far as my progress goes. I really just focus on the points, because if you focus on the points, that will make sure that you focus on your system. And then from there, it doesn't matter if you're trading 1 micro, 1 E-mini, or 20 E-minis, because if you are following that same system, then the number of contracts that you do trade shouldn't matter. And of course, you do that accordingly with the size of account that you have. Okay, so let's continue along. I'm going to scroll through the other trades that we did for the rest of the week. On Thursday, it was a 21-point win. And on my post, I always post this NinjaTrader because it shows my live account up here. And also it shows some funded accounts that I'm doing, but I don't include those funded accounts into my total until I have a withdrawal and it's on my checking account. So really, it's paper money and it's not real until it's on my bank account. Okay, so that was Thursday. On Wednesday, we had 2 total wins. One was 282 points, which was a swing on Thinkorswim, and then another one was 19 points. So that day I actually showed 2 graphs. This first graph here was the swing trade on Thinkorswim, and then the second one here is this long position that I took intraday during Globex that I left a lot on the table there, but that's okay. I needed to sleep. I was not going to risk 25 accounts overnight when I knew I wouldn't be watching it. And other trades for the rest of the week, a 34-point win here on Tuesday, and then on Monday was a 24-point win. So total of 6 trades for the entire week. And I'm not one to say, oh, you only need to trade an hour or you only need to trade 30 minutes. What I do want to emphasize with futures trading is, especially with my schedule, since I do have to take care of my daughter during the day, during the US market, what I like about the futures market is that I have the flexibility to be able to trade during the Asia hours or the EU hours. So depending on the time zone you live in or depending on your work schedule, there's actually a lot of flexibility with trading the futures. But, of course, with any risk, make sure you research accordingly. Alright, now let's jump to the account statement, because what I want to show is how did I come up with this number of $816.84. First one we'll run through is Thinkorswim. So on Thinkorswim, what I'm showing here, let's going to change that for the entire week. So starting on Sunday the 28th to essentially today, I'm recording it, a little past midnight, Sunday the 5th. So we'll leave that there. And then looking at this account statement, what I want to point out is there are no deposits or withdrawals, so we don't need to alter anything when we do our calculation. Next, I'll put the calculator here, and we're going to calculate the numbers that we care about. And let me just mark those numbers. The ending cash we're going to care about is this number here on the futures cash balance, and this number here on the cash and sweep vehicle. And then the starting balance that we care about will be this one here on the futures cash balance, and this one here on the cash and sweep vehicle. Okay, so use parentheses. Our ending cash was $32,550.16, and we will subtract the negative number on the futures cash balance, which is $377.65. Close this parentheses, and then we'll subtract with our starting cash, which was $16,071.12, plus the $15,415.75. And the total for that is $685.64. And if we go back to this one here, you can see that that number aligns with what I posted there. So that's how I came up with that number. Next one we'll go through is my NinjaTrader, and the NinjaTrader is what I do use to trade my funded accounts. So with this NinjaTrader, I use a trade copier, so I trade a total of 25 accounts, and I lead with a personal self-funded live account. And this way, by doing this, I don't have this psychological block of trading 20 plus accounts that has hindered me in the past. Okay, so let's go to the account statement. And then on the account statement, we'll look at the account balance history for this week. And the starting date we'll actually use, instead of 28th, we'll use the 27th of September. To today, I'm recording it Sunday, October 5th. We'll run through that balance and bring the calculator. And our ending cash is $4,783.08, and our starting cash was $4,651.88. So for NinjaTrader, I made $131.20, and that number is how we came up with that value there. And if you add those two up, that gave us the total of $816.84 for the week. So it's not bad. It's a fraction of what I used to make as an engineer in Silicon Valley, but the flexibility that I have with my daughter, being there for her every day and raising her, it's priceless, and I won't exchange it for anything else. And the success that I'll have with this hopefully will compound over time, but right now I'm cherishing every moment I have, and the ability to be able to do this and still take care of the expenses is what is important for me. Thank you for following my channel, supporting me over the years. The little that I do earn in this channel actually do help with my lifestyle as well. All right, thank you again, and I will see you on the next one.